Okay, great. Well, I'll try to stand here in the middle to address both sides of the long room. So we're trying to create a participatory culture. That means everybody is involved, all the students are interacting, and I was happy to see Paul Ann's idea about you reply. And BYOD is not part of the problem, it's part of the solution. So creating a blended learning environment and building on that. Okay, so we want to move to a new teaching paradigm. The old way with the bus and the driver is the teacher. And the teacher drags the students wherever the teacher wants to go. So it's teacher-centered, it's instructivist, it's authoritarian, the students are just passive learners, and there's no support for cooperative learning. The new teaching paradigm, the dragon boat, more student-centered. It's constructivist, and there's not a big difference between the size of the teacher and the size of the students. Maybe the teacher sitting in the back guides the path of the teaching, but most of the content, most of the work is generated by the students. So cooperative learning is integral in this new paradigm. Here we have a focus on student collaboration. The tutor at the top can make an assignment and facilitate, but what we really want to focus on here is the collaboration between the students. So how can technology support student-centered learning? We're looking to build peer-to-peer interactions where the teacher sets the context, sets up the problem to solve, facilitates learning, guides the learning, perhaps adds perspectives based on their experience, wraps it up with a conclusion. You also have a gradient here. At the top, you have unplanned, spontaneous production by the students, perhaps oral discussions. You can segue into a typed chat using Moodle chat activities. Also, I wanted to make note of the digital document discussion there. I'll give an example later, where the students can archive and summarize their group viewpoints. Farther down this continuum is voice thread, audio exchanges, and YouTube video responses. And then at the most planned composition level, you have the forum discussions, wiki page constructions, blogs, etc. So I'll give an example of a digital document discussion. So this is a document-centric discussion using web tools. The document is shared via a link, perhaps given Moodle or whatever LMS. It can be a static document, a video or a PDF. But what I found to be very successful is using a Google Doc or a Google presentation. This is a highly interactive document, supports simultaneous editing by up to 50 people. So therefore you put it on the projector, the students in their groups can contribute to individual pages, often building off of a chat or oral discussion. It's like a wiki, but much more high-tech. So here's an example lesson plan going down through several different sessions. At the top, in the red there, you have the tutor activities, and then you have the student activities in green. So perhaps they might start out with an oral discussion supplemented by a chat in the first session. And then there's a homework in a group format. And then the next session, there's a student group presentation, followed by a discussion, a group discussion about that. And then you take a break and then have an evaluative task. A new task starts out again, a group activity. Now all of these activities need to be blended with the technology, with the LMS, so they can easily segue into online activities. And then a final discussion to prepare for the homework. And the homework also is a group-based activity. So what do these student-centered activities look like in practice?
In this Moodle chat activity, I've set the topic question, allowing students to respond to it as a supplement to an oral face-to-face discussion. This is also captured and broadcast using Adobe Web Connect, which allows me to bring in outside presenters, and they can also participate in the Adobe Web Connect chat area. After the initial chat activity, I can open up a report back document. This allows groups of students to synchronously edit the document. Same topic questions as the chat activity, but now each group can summarize and archive their thoughts, get feedback from the instructor and each other. This is an example of a digital document discussion. Another collaborative environment to explore is Second Life. This virtual environment supports many real-world simulations such as carousels, campfires, rivers, and meeting in a restaurant. My avatar is wearing a red shirt, and you see a student has just rezzed into this virtual world and has discovered the sword in his inventory. Avatars need to learn how to sit, walk, navigate around this virtual environment, explore type chat and oral discussion.
Just go with the microphone. Sorry, the audio's a little out of sync. This is the Second Life environment with the carousel, campfires, rivers, and you can meet in a restaurant. So here's a restaurant in the Second Life environment that I built. That's my avatar in the red shirt. And here you see the student rezzing into this environment and somehow bizarrely discovering the sword in his inventory at that moment. He's Australian, I'm not sure. More students are appearing in this environment. They need to learn how to walk around, navigate the environment, interact with various objects, sit, fly, teleport, chat, and also it supports oral discussion the same way Skype does. So this is a very sticky, interactive environment with lots of activities that students can explore. It's not a typical classroom. So another one here, we're looking at facilitating chats. The chats can be in the Second Life environment or over in the Web Connect, Adobe Connect. Videos can be shown in this environment inside the virtual classroom, and the students can sit as an avatar and listen to it. Now here you can expose students to contemporary ideas, new concepts such as MOOCs, but really the medium is part of the message as well. This is a class about e-learning. So as the camera pulls back, you'll see we're in a virtual classroom. There's my avatar on the right side of the screen. You can hear my voice, and the students can respond via typed chat in the Second Life virtual environment. And note we're also recording in Adobe Connect at the same time, so you can see the webcams of some of the students. Now this next one is a digital document discussion about envisioning the future of educational technology. This document can be displayed in the virtual classroom, and at the same time the students can open up and zoom in wherever they would like to look on their own. So in this particular session, all the students are at home, and they also have the option of attending an RMS 101 where they can use the powerful computers there. Video is not running the way it should. The audio is out of sync and now it seems to have stopped. So I think I will just move on. Okay, so we're redesigning the classrooms. We have 1 minute left. This is RMS 101, and note that the students are in their work groups. The chairs can be rolled around, and the students can work in their groups and also listen to the teacher. We want to design rooms like RMS 206, the CoLab. Again, note that the students' tables and chairs are in group, ready for group work. Same with the new lab, the RMS 104, which is also designed to support Adobe Connect, bringing in outside speakers. So the issue is, can teachers update their pedagogy? Now that they have these new rooms and new infrastructures, will they use them to create blended learning environments, building on the BYOD capabilities? Or will they just lecture, in this example where all the students, even though they're sitting at tables, they're all just looking at the teacher and listening to a lecture. So that's really the issue we want to talk about. Okay.
Thank you very much.